In the previous episode, Boyd's plan completely failed. Kenny used the totem against one of the night monsters, but nothing happened. At the same time, Fatima discovered something terrifying. She seemed to have a connection with a smiling ghost, and may have even stopped it for a moment. And in the final moments, the dead man revived by Sophia, who is secretly the man in yellow in disguise, attacked Colony House before being stopped. Now, let's start episode 8. After Elgin kills the awakened corpse, Boyd comes to Colony House to investigate. But after seeing the body, he realizes there's nothing more they can do with it and tells everyone to burn it. A little later, Ellis calls Boyd and Donna upstairs. There, Fatima finally explains everything that happened with the smiling ghost. She tells them how she was somehow seeing through its eyes and how when Kenny was about to be killed, she screamed, and the creature suddenly stopped. Boyd is already shocked, but then Fatima shows them something even stranger. Dark veins have appeared across her stomach ever since that moment. Now she's confused and frightened, yet starting to believe that she somehow controlled the ghost. Meanwhile, Ethan has started drawing more and more pictures. Victor's words are stuck in his head. Victor warned that Ethan could end up alone one day, just like he did after everyone died years ago. And just like Victor spent years drawing while he was alone, Ethan has started filling pages with drawings. Elsewhere, Jade shows Boyd the cave model he built and points out where he believes the children's bones are hidden. But as Boyd studies the model, he notices something important. There is only one entrance to the cave. The moment he sees that, he loses interest in the plan. If they go inside and the ghosts trap them, there will be no escape. Boyd has already lost too many people and refuses to risk more lives. Because of that, he doesn't even let Jade fully explain his plan and immediately shuts the discussion down. Kenny follows Boyd outside, frustrated that he shut down Jade's idea without even listening to the full plan. As he's trying to talk some sense into him, Boyd suddenly hears gunshots echoing in the distance. He immediately looks around, but Kenny just stands there confused. He didn't hear anything. Boyd realizes the gunshots are another vision. The hallucinations are getting worse. Meanwhile, Tabitha takes Ethan to Victor and tells him he needs to stop scaring Ethan. She wants Victor to say that Ethan ending up alone is a lie, but Victor refuses. Instead, Ethan explains that not knowing how to survive alone is what scares him. If Victor teaches him, he'll be prepared. After hearing that, Tabitha reluctantly agrees, and Victor decides to teach Ethan the survival skills that helped him live through years of loneliness in this place. At the clinic, Fatima is examined. Christy scans her stomach, hoping to find a reason for the strange veins that appeared after her connection with the smiling ghost. But nothing unusual shows up. That only worries Fatima more. She asks a disturbing question. The creatures outside were once human, so what if these veins mean she's slowly becoming one of them? Nobody has an answer. They tell her not to think like that and ask her to stay in the clinic for observation. A little later, Boyd privately tells Christy about everything he's been hiding, the visions of his wife, the gunshots he keeps hearing, the hand that tried to drag him underground near his wife's grave, and the other hallucinations. Boyd says he needs to stay alive until he gets everyone out of this place, so he asks if she has any medicine that can help stop the visions. While they're talking, Sophia quietly slips into Boyd's office and takes the yellow suit. She hides it inside a bag and returns to Sarah's house. Sarah is already worried because Sophia never came home the previous night. Sophia explains that she was frightened after hearing Boyd's plan. When Sarah notices the bag and asks what's inside, Sophia smoothly avoids the question, says she's tired, and heads straight to her room. Once again, nobody suspects what Sophia is really planning. Meanwhile, Victor takes Ethan and Tabitha to a secret container and starts teaching Ethan how he survived when he was alone. Victor explains that after everyone died, the boy in white told him there were 3 things needed for survival. The first was food. The boy in white showed Victor this container full of canned peaches. Since he didn't have a can opener, he used a sharp stone to open them. Victor even shows Ethan how he used to do it. He also admits that sometimes he survived by eating insects and plants from the forest. The second thing was never believing he was alone. Victor says he imagined the dolls, toys, and even parts of the container as his friends. That way, he always felt like someone was with him. At that point, Tabitha gets frustrated and tells Victor to stop. She comforts Ethan and promises that she will never leave him in a situation like that. But Victor quietly says Miranda told him those exact same words, yet he still ended up alone. The comment hits Tabitha hard. She emotionally promises that she won't just protect Ethan, she'll protect Victor too. No matter what, she'll keep trying to save them and get them out of this place. Elsewhere, Henry is struggling with the strange visions haunting him. He goes to the diner and tells the owner he needs something to do because he's been drinking too much lately. To distract him, she asks him to help prepare lunch. Henry agrees and starts cutting vegetables. But when a few vessels suddenly crash to the floor, another vision hits him. This time it feels completely real. Henry finds himself in a hospital room. Victor is there along with his son Sebastian. Henry is emotional seeing them, and Victor tells him that his sister is also coming to visit. Then comes the shocking part. Victor tells Henry that he has been unconscious for years. On his birthday, Miranda gave him some drugs, and after taking them, he never woke up. Everything since then, the village, the monsters, all of it has been a dream. The hospital is the real world. Victor begs him not to let go and to stay with him. Henry has no idea what is real anymore. Just as he's trying to understand, the vision vanishes, and he's back in the village. Terrified and completely confused, Henry runs out of the diner. Meanwhile, Boyd returns to his office and immediately notices something is wrong. The room has been disturbed, things have been moved around, and most importantly, the yellow suit is missing. As he's trying to figure out who took it and why, Jade suddenly rushes in excited because he believes he's finally found a way to enter the cave and get out safely. Without wasting time, Jade brings Boyd and Kenny to the bottle tree and explains his idea. When he was trapped in the sacrifice chamber during his vision, he noticed something above him, a symbol formed by the tree roots. After comparing everything, he's convinced that spot is directly beneath the bottle tree. Jade's plan is simple but risky. A team enters the cave and retrieves the children's bones. Once they have them, they seal the cave entrance and protect it with a talisman, so the monsters can't get through. Meanwhile, the people outside remove the bottle tree using chains attached to a van or truck. Then, using ropes, they pull everyone safely out through the opening created above. Kenny listens carefully and admits that the plan might actually work. But Boyd immediately starts pointing out the problems. What if they can't remove the tree? What if the chain breaks? What if the van won't start? There are too many things that could go wrong. Boyd says a plan like this needs a backup plan, a plan B. Unfortunately, Jade doesn't have one. The moment Boyd hears that, he shuts the whole idea down and walks away. Jade is furious. From his point of view, he's the one, constantly searching for answers and finding clues, but every time he brings something important, Boyd dismisses it before giving it a chance. As Boyd walks away, something horrifying happens. He suddenly sees Kenny standing ahead of him. A gunshot rings out, Kenny drops dead. Before Boyd can react, he sees Jade, Tabitha, and Ellis lying dead as well. Sitting among them is Abby. For a brief moment, she looks normal, then blood starts pouring from her mouth. Boyd freezes in horror, and then just as suddenly as it appeared, everything vanishes. The bodies are gone. It was another hallucination. The visions aren't slowing down, they're getting worse. Meanwhile, Henry breaks down completely and goes to the graves of Miranda and his daughter, shouting that he wants to wake up and return to reality, believing the hospital is the only real place. Suddenly, he does wake up in the hospital again. A familiar song plays, the one he and Miranda loved. A doctor tells him he's been in a coma for years due to a drug, and his mind has created the village as a dream. To escape it, he must break the anchor, tying him to that dream and stay connected to reality. For a moment, Henry believes it, but then the music cuts off and he's back in the village again, confused and begging Miranda, thinking she's helping him wake up. At the same time, Tabitha returns home and the phone rings. When she answers, she hears Thomas, her dead son. He warns her to come to the RV, or he will hurt Ethan or Julie, forcing her to rush out. Boyd returns to his office and again sees Father Cattry's illusion. Cattry reminds him of Abby and tells him that although Boyd carries guilt for killing her, it actually saved others. He connects this to Jade's plan. If Boyd keeps hesitating because of possible losses, no one will ever escape. Sometimes sacrifice is necessary. Meanwhile, Tabitha reaches the RV and finds all Ethan's drawings pasted inside. Sophia had taken them earlier and brought them here. Then the man in yellow appears in his true form. Instead of attacking, he thanks her for coming and points out the exact spot where Jim died. He says he didn't call her to kill her, but because she and he are old friends. He warns that Jade and Tabitha are finally getting close after many failed attempts across lifetimes, and the key they found, the children's bones, might either free everyone or unleash something far worse. Before leaving, he kisses Tabitha's hand and walks away, leaving her shaken. And with that warning, episode 8 ends. What is the man in yellow up to? Even when he gets chances to kill, he is not killing them immediately. Is he just watching everything like a game? Is he enjoying their pain, letting them struggle, letting them believe they are close to escaping only to step in at the final moment and destroy everything? Or is there something even worse behind it, like he needs them to reach a certain point before he ends it all? Whatever it is, one thing is clear: he is always there when hope is highest and danger is closest. Let's see in next episode when the next episode is out. Constantly